Karine, are you listening there? Yeah. If you want to just unmute yourself, if you can go ahead and
Yes. Can you hear me?
lovely. There she is. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Look, I do apologize. I wanted to get to Karine before the break, but because we ran a little bit over, I didn't want to be cutting into anybody's lunchtime or anything like that. So, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to introduce you to Karine. Karine is, well, we saved the best for last, I suppose. She's got an amazing background, really unique individual. It tells a little bit about who she is, but this doesn't touch on half of what this woman has done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Karine. She's going to tell you a little bit about, well, her background, a very unique background in education, and some of the things she's done as far as linguistic strategist and translation, and her leadership skills in education, and some of the passions that she has for working with children, and where she's worked all over the world, and the amazing positions that she's held. But well, I want her to share a little bit about that, but also too about her journey with OneSource and the system. And again, Karine is one of our personal development consultants. So Karine is one of the individuals who will be supporting the people on their journey over the next 30 days. So Karine, look, I'm just going to turn it over to you. You go ahead and you take as long as you need within reason, and we will go ahead and just let you
Thank
do
you.
what you got to do.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the presentation this morning. I certainly did with myself. It's always, for me, a boost of motivation, energy, and positivity, really, really strong. Keep me going with this OneSource network a team, fantastic team. Let me introduce myself and tell you who I am, my background, and then explain you why I have joined this fantastic network, and what is my goal and purpose, and to explain you a little bit what is going to help you to benefit from and take you further and make progress with that. I am an experienced educator over than 25 years. Also, I am a linguist, strategic specialist in translations for companies, books all over the world. But recently, I have specialized myself in teacher leadership and education context, and I am based in Scotland. Yes, in Scotland. However, I was born in Casablanca, and I was raised in Paris, in Saint-Germain, where I followed my education in international education, then went to university, La Sorbonne. I have studied languages with marketing, science, political science, communications, and many others subjects, probably just like you all. And then the education, why education? Education because I am absolutely passionate about the learner pathways and securing positive, sustained destination for young people. For me, the key to success in every terms is education. Without education, I think the world will be completely lost. As Nelson Mandela said, the most powerful weapon is education. Prior to that, I worked in the French Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs in Paris, in Quai d'Orsay, where I specialized in international relations and diplomacy. Also, I was a head and the coordinator of training operation for diplomats, successfully talking over than 200 languages. So I have worked closely with the leaders of the world. It was absolutely a fantastic, fantastic experience. That experience leads me to be expat in Scotland. Believe me or not, all of you, I ended up in Scotland because we had 7 choices, and my first choice of countries expat was America, Canada, New Zealand, among other countries, and needed one more choice, and I chosen Scotland. And lucky as I was, I ended up in Scotland in the rain, cold, but I love it. I love people, I love the culture, very strong spirit about it. Now, I think I'm going to move on to the next step, where I'm going to talk to you about why One Source Network. I am an avid member of the network, showing strength in coaching to help and to develop practice of improving any aspects of one life. This is very, very crucial for me. I didn't enter the network of One Development Source by making money. It was mainly for me to develop the practice of improving any aspects of life, including one's health, education, relationship, career, goals, and well-being. So I am now becoming extremely passionate, almost obsessed by the coaching skills developing, and I think One Source Network has provided me with that. For me, I've had almost a very successful career, but in terms of my mental, I have developed a lot of mental health recently. Not because I'm not strong and healthy, as simply I am suffering from chronic condition called cholesteatoma, where is a growth of tissues in the ear, and it eats absolutely everything. So it affects my life of every day, and you become extremely ill. Is almost like COVID, really ill. And I think 1 year ago, less than 1 year ago, November, during the pandemic, I've had 2 operations, and the last operation completely killed me, completely destroyed me mentally, physically. I couldn't walk. I was in a hospital for 1 week. Lost the balance, completely the balance, and that was completely a killer for my mental health, because I am very sporty. I am a previous ballerina, classic dancer in France. I was in opera. So for me, it was very important. I've got very good, healthy style of life, really healthy. I cook everything from A to Z. I am Mediterranean, of course, as you know. We do have a very stable, healthy, rich diet. So I don't drink at all fuzzy drinks, apart from wine, of course. As a French, that's very crucial. This chronic condition, this disability illnesses, just completely destroyed me. And I find myself extremely isolated, lonely, completely lost in terms of my career, in terms of everything. But I knew deeply in my heart that coaching was inside me, and this is what I wanted. I wanted to spread that. I wanted to learn from it, and also to join a network that I could really thrive in it, and I could find happiness. So I looked onto online, and I found One Source Network. I've emailed this guy, Patrick Kailan. I didn't know who he was, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. So I emailed him, and I was recruited really kindly. We had conversations, and right away we clicked. We knew exactly what was going to happen. Unfortunately, I followed my first sessions of the second, I think, if am I right, Patrick and Sean, and I ended up later in a hospital with this big, huge operation where they removed everything from me, and have been announced that I would be paralyzed. I would not find the balance again, and it would just affect my life. It was a huge trauma, as you know. However, Patrick and Sean, Patrick allocated me, Sean, my consultant and coach, and helped me really to go through each day, every day, a hospital by texting me, emailing me, making sure that I was strong mentally. And I have realized that I do have a flair actually for coaching. But the point I'm telling you with my probably very touching story is that coaching changed completely my life. The source, especially the personal growth development, I do apologize, has completely changed my life. And why? it just helped me completely to see all the aspects of self-improvement needed, not only during the pandemic, but in the 21st century, for institutions, for organizations you can use, for charity, for education, if you have families. I also made me realize, because when you're lost completely, you do not understand. And I think where the One Source Network has helped me completely with Sean and Patrick is simply to develop the 3 basic life that applies to every situation, linked to the purpose, the focus, and the balance, as Patrick will give us. And the first things I will tell you is awareness. Without awareness, you will get nowhere in life. It's only by opening your eyes to your situation that you will be able to see where you are stuck. If you are stuck, there is always room for improvement, and you will never be able to change your situation for the better if you are not aware of what is actually taking place. So the network has made me aware and bring me that awareness that was very crucial inside me. And after that, they walked with me through still the focus, the balance, and the purpose of life, with that dashboard in terms of health, and especially the personal growth development, because the health, yes, I struggled with it, but I was still quite strong as an athlete. Responsibility, they made me realize that there is a responsibilities, and I had to take my responsibility for that. So now that I was aware of the situation, I find myself into responsibility to do what I can, change that mental health completely and becoming a better person. So many people get stuck at the awareness stage, and you think, yes, then because we don't want to take responsibility for things we don't like, sorry. So if you do not take a responsibility for your situation, you will not change. And this is what the One Source Network is very good at. So making you aware exactly of what you want, take a responsibility. And the last one is all my fantastic colleagues that I work with them. Linda, we call her the princess. Steve, we call him the charming prince, and Sean, who's Shrek, and I am Fiona. The actions. Without action, all is lost. So it is one thing to be aware of your situations, and another thing to take a responsibility for it. But without taking action to change it, you will remain stuck. And how do you do that? By simply following the dashboard. So action can be difficult, very difficult in some cases, but it means changing your life for better it's worth. So action is absolutely crucial and fundamental. The One Source of Network has made me really shape my life in a better situation, and tailored also my purpose, my balance in life with this dashboard. And I will finish very quickly, Patrick, so I do apologize about that. If you allow me, of course, and if it's enough time.
No, take all you need.
Yeah, is also, I realized that, and also the One Source Network make you realize that when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. That's from Tony Robbins' quotes, but also it's a quote from Sean and Patrick. Being grateful is one of the fundamental rules for personal growth. And I think the One Source Network has that key area of gratefulness. So that's very important. When we live in a fear and keeping on reminding ourselves of what we lack, that's precisely what we attract even more in our lives, more fear and more lack. And I think with my operations, I developed that kind of fear, and this source one network source has completely shaped that, made me completely happy in terms of that, and make it as a gift. So I would probably finish with this. Every problem is a gift. This is how I've realized with Patrick and Sean, and with a problem we would not grow. So life is easy when everything is going well, yet once problems occur, we feel as our whole life is misery. But actually, there is always something better. And I would like today to thank you very, very much. I'm very emotional. I've got tears in my eyes. Patrick and Sean has completely saved my life during a very, very difficult, critical time for me. So thank you. So you will benefit from this one source. Don't forget to be persistent, consistent, and just keep going. And we will all help you to make a better life and a safe world. Thank you.